Okay, so what we're going to do now with this part is we're going to get our machine group properties all set up, and once we have our machine group and everything set up, we'll move on from there, and we will face the part, we will rough the OD, and we will go ahead and finish the OD. So in this first video, we'll just get the machine group property set up, and then we'll move on to the actual toolpaths from there. So let's go ahead and get started here. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and make myself another level here. I'm going to call this my machining geometry. Once I've got the level created, I'll select the part. I'm going to go to wireframe and create a turn profile. And this time I just want the upper profile. Okay. So there it is. Looks good. I can shut my solid off because all I'm really going to need is basically this geometry right here. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is get our machine group set up. So let's go ahead into our machine tab. Let's go to lathe and pick our default lathe. Okay, and then we'll go into the machine group properties here and we'll go ahead and name this. We'll call this exercise, hold on a second, exercise 6, drawing number 5. Okay, I'm going to do something real quick. I'll come right back into this. I want to do a save as on mine, and I'm going to put this in my completed files here. Number 6, create drawing number 5. That way I can keep that separate from my drawing file. Okay, and the next thing we're going to do back in here, this is where you should still be. If you're not, come back into the machine group properties. Let's go ahead to the tool settings and let's just check all our boxes here. Let's turn on our overrides, and then everything else we'll just leave it at the defaults. Program number here, we'll call this program 5. For our stock setup, we want to make sure our D plus Z plus plane is selected, and then let's go to the stock properties here. Alright, we're going to set this up based off of our print. So if our part is 4.8 OD and the length is 6.5, oops, length is 6.5, not the position along the axis here. We're going to leave that at 0. And then let's go in and let's use margins to get our stock on the other side. So on the OD, let's tell it we've got a 0.1 margin. Essentially, we put 4.8 for the OD for the part over here, and then 0.1 per side. You can see the yellow here. That means that basically we're starting out with a piece of 5-inch diameter stock. And then on the right margin here, let's tell it that we've got, let's just tell it we've got 100 thou that we're going to face off. And then on the left margin, since we need some extra to be able to grab onto, let's tell it a couple inches. Okay, so we check mark that, and we kind of move this out of the way. You can kind of see what the stock looks like right now. For the properties here, I'm just going to tell it to from stock, and the grip length, well, I'm just going to leave that at the 1.5. I know that I put a 2-inch margin on that left side of the part, so it means basically I got a 1/2 inch of extra material sticking there. In the book, it tells you only to do like a 1/2 inch grip length, which probably wouldn't be very good practice. So let's just go with the 1.5 inches, and if we need to later, we can move that. But for right now, we're going to go with it. Okay, so let's check mark here. So we've got our stock and our chuck jaw set up. We can check mark out, and you can see what we're working with here. And now we are ready to move on to the toolpaths. So we'll start with the next video. The next video we will face this part, rough, and finish the OD all in one video. So that's what we're doing next. And if all of this is good to go, you're ready to move on.